Ladies and gentlemen, draw near, because tonight we're plunging into a truth that shimmers with divine clarity, a reality that unfolds like a sunrise, revealing what's hidden in the shadows. We're exploring why the haters in your life, those who harbor resentment against your shine, are exposed without you ever needing to raise a hand. You've seen it, haven't you? That moment when their true colors bleed through, when their masked disdain is laid bare, and you didn't have to say a word. Stay with me, because we're about to unpack this with fervor and insight. And I promise you, by the time we're through, you'll walk out with your head high, your heart steady, and a confidence that no one's malice can shake. Picture this. You're moving through life, fueled by a purpose that burns bright within you. You've toiled, sacrificed, and clung to a vision that others couldn't grasp. Maybe it's a dream you've nurtured through years of effort, a talent you've refined to brilliance, a mission you've pursued with unwavering focus, or a legacy you're building one step at a time. You're not perfect, but you're purposeful. You've faced obstacles, brushed off doubts, and kept your eyes on the prize. Along the way, you've had people around you, some who cheer, some who nod, some who seem to support you. But among them are those who carry a hidden grudge, who smile to your face but bristle at your progress. Their words may be sweet, their gestures kind, but their hearts harbor something else. And then, without you doing a thing, their hatred is revealed. A slip of the tongue, a moment of raw honesty, a reaction they can't hide. It's as if the curtain is pulled back and their true feelings are exposed, clear as day. Let's hold this moment, because this is where the mystery begins to unfold. Why does this happen? Why do their masks fall without you lifting a finger? It's not just about their actions, it's about a deeper force at work. Your life, your progress, your refusal to dim your light is a catalyst, stirring something they can't contain. When you walk in your purpose, when you rise despite the odds, you create a pressure that forces their hidden resentment to the surface. Your authenticity, your success, your very existence is a light that illuminates their darkness. And that light is so powerful, it reveals their hatred without you ever needing to call it out. It's as if the universe itself is orchestrating this moment, exposing what's been concealed so you can see clearly and keep moving forward. Let's craft a story to bring this to life. There was a young man, a musician with a gift for melodies that stirred the soul. He didn't come from a world of opportunity. His roots were in a place where dreams were often drowned by necessity. But he had a fire, a passion to create music that lifted hearts. He played in small venues, practiced in dim basements, and shared his songs with those closest to him. His circle at first seemed to rally around him. They'd share his performances, praise his talent, tell him he was destined for more. "You're going to make it," they'd say, and he held their words close. But as his consistency bore fruit, as his music gained traction, as venues grew larger, as his name started to spread, something shifted. One friend, someone he trusted, began to act differently. Their support waned, their comments grew pointed. They'd say things like, "You're lucky to get those gigs," or "Not everyone can keep up with you now." Then one night, after a sold-out show, this friend's mask slipped. "You think you're a big deal now, don't you?" they snapped, their voice heavy with resentment. That was when he saw their hatred, hidden for so long, was exposed, and he hadn't done a thing to make it happen. Can you feel the gravity of that? Because it's not just his story, it's yours. Maybe it's not music, but it's your passion, your purpose, your progress. You've been pouring your heart into something meaningful, and it's starting to show. But there's someone, or maybe a few, whose hatred has been lurking beneath the surface, cloaked in smiles or subtle digs. Now their true feelings are coming to light, and you didn't have to lift a finger. It hurts, because these are people you cared about, people you thought were with you. But I'm here to tell you, don't let their exposed hatred pull you down. Don't let their revealed resentment dim your drive. You were created to rise, to create, to live a life that leaves an imprint. And when their hatred is laid bare, it's not a signal to retreat, it's proof that your light is too bright for their shadows to hide. Let's dive deeper, because there's a radiance in this truth that's captivating. Their exposure isn't just a random event, it's a divine unveiling. When you live authentically, when you pursue your purpose with integrity, you generate a force that disrupts the facades around you. Your progress, your clarity, your refusal to play small is a pressure that cracks the masks of those who harbor hatred. They can't sustain their pretense in the face of your truth. Their resentment, their envy, their bitterness, it bubbles up, spills over, and shows itself, not because you sought to expose them, but because your life demands honesty. Your presence is a truth teller, and it's revealing what they've tried to conceal. Now here's where the suspense builds. When their hatred is exposed, you're standing at a crossroads, a moment that tests your spirit. You can let it shake you, let their revealed resentment make you question your path, your worth, your right to shine. You can try to fix it, smooth it over, dim your light to keep the peace. Or, and this is the choice I'm urging you to make, you can stand tall, embrace your purpose, and let their exposure be a sign that you're on the right track. That's the drama, the pulse of this moment. Will you falter under their revealed hatred, or will you rise, letting it confirm your calling? The world is watching, and so are they. Let's shift the angle, because there's a nuance here that's riveting. Their exposure isn't always a loud confrontation. Sometimes it's a quiet betrayal, a whispered comment you weren't meant to hear, a look that lingers too long, a reaction that betrays their heart. It's subtle, but it's unmistakable, and it can make you doubt yourself. Did I cause this? Am I too much? But you didn't cause their hatred, and you're not too much. Their resentment is their own, rooted in their struggle to reconcile your rise with their own choices. Your life, shining as it does, is simply the force that brings their truth to light. And that's a power you should never apologize for. Let me share another tale to ground this. There was a woman, an entrepreneur with a gift for turning ideas into reality. She didn't start with advantages. Her world was one where ambition was often met with skepticism. But she had a vision, a drive to build something that mattered. She worked tirelessly, pitched her ideas, and grew her business from nothing. Her community at first seemed to cheer her on. They'd share her milestones, praise her hustle, tell her she was inspiring. You're going to change the game, they'd say, and she leaned on their support. But as her business thrived, as her products sold out, as her brand gained recognition, things changed. One colleague, someone she'd collaborated with, grew cold. Their encouragement turned to silence, their interactions tense. Then, during a meeting, their mask fell. You're getting all the attention now, it's not fair, they said, their voice thick with bitterness. That was when she understood their hatred, hidden beneath a veneer of support, was exposed, and she hadn't lifted a finger to make it happen. Can you grasp the depth of that? Because it's your reality too. Your progress, your authenticity, your light, it's revealing the hatred some have been hiding. It's painful because these are people you thought were allies, people you hoped would stand with you. But I'm telling you, their exposed resentment is not your burden. Your life is your testimony, a force that demands truth. When their hatred is laid bare, it's not a reason to shrink, it's a call to shine brighter, to live bolder, to be the person you were created to be. Let's heighten the stakes, because this moment is a crucible shaping your path. Their exposed hatred tests your resolve, your ability to stay true to your purpose. It can slip into your heart, make you wonder if your success is causing division, if your light is too bright, if you're pushing people away. But here's the truth: you were designed to illuminate, to achieve, to transform the world through your authenticity. Their resentment isn't a verdict on your value, it's a revelation of their struggle. And when you see that, you're free to let their exposure strengthen your focus, to let it fuel your courage, to let it remind you why your purpose matters. So how do you navigate this? Let's map it out, because this is where you take control. First, embrace your light. Don't hide it, don't apologize for it. Don't let their exposed hatred make you question it. Your authenticity is your power, a gift meant to inspire. Stand in it with confidence, knowing it's yours by right. Second, stay anchored. Their revealed resentment can pull you off course, make you chase their approval instead of your calling. But your life isn't about them, it's about the purpose you're living for. Keep your focus on your vision, not their exposure. Let their hatred remind you of your strength, not distract you from your path. Third, keep rising. The greatest response to their exposed hatred is relentless progress. Let their resentment be your catalyst. Every time you see their true colors, let it push you to work smarter, aim higher, live braver. Show them and yourself that their hatred can't dim your destiny. And finally, extend grace. This is the toughest but the most liberating. When their hatred is exposed, it's tempting to resent them, to match their bitterness with your own. But you can choose a higher path. Respond with kindness, with strength, with a confidence that doesn't need their validation. Set boundaries, but do it with a heart free of malice. Their resentment is their battle, not yours. Let me bring this full circle, because we're not just surviving this moment, we're thriving in it. When their hatred is exposed without you lifting a finger, it's a sign you're walking in your purpose. It's evidence you're breaking barriers, defying expectations, living a life that demands truth. Yes, it's intense. Yes, it's painful. But it's also a gift. It's a moment that affirms your impact, your resilience, your power to shape the world. So here's my charge to you tonight. The next time their hatred is revealed, the next time their resentment shows without you saying a word, don't flinch. Don't retreat. Stand tall, embrace your light, and let it shine. Let their exposure be a milestone, a sign you're rewriting what's possible. Let it drive you to be braver, to live grander, to shine truer. Because you were made for greatness, for influence, for a purpose that transforms. And when you do that, something miraculous happens. You don't just rise above their hatred, you transcend it. You become a beacon, a flame that lights the way for others to live their truth. You show the world what it means to live with conviction, to shine with courage, to stand unyielding in the face of resentment. And in that moment, their exposed hatred fades into the background, a mere whisper against the roar of your destiny. So go forth, my friends. Radiate fiercely, live fearlessly, be mightily. And when their hatred is exposed without you lifting a finger, let it remind you that you're exactly where you're meant to be. The world awaits and your hour is now.